I know I'm going to sound extremely biased on this one, but this might be my favorite installment of Underappreciated to date. Why, you ask? I get to talk about a guy I used to love watching when I was growing up, Glenn Big Dog Robinson. Three-level scorer that wasn't afraid of anything or anyone. Night in and night out, he would bring the intensity on both ends of the court. In 91, he was named Mr. Basketball in Indiana, McDonald's All-American, and First Team Parade All-American. As you can see, in high school he was no joke. He attended Theodore Roosevelt High School in Gary, Indiana. He was a member of 3 IHSAA sectional title teams and 2 regional title teams and a state championship team. His senior year, he led his team to the state championship going up against Allen Henderson and Bree Buff Jesuit. It was a highly anticipated showdown that was covered in a few documentaries. After his stellar years in high school, Robinson attended Purdue University to play under coach Gene Cady and Frank Kendrick, who recruited him. A school custodian actually gave Robinson the nickname of Big Dog before he played a game for Purdue. Robinson had struggled with NCAA eligibility, so he had to be redshirted for his freshman year. His sophomore season came around, and he was off and running. He led the Boilermakers to an 18-10 record and an NCAA tournament appearance. He was given first-team All-Big Ten and second-team All-American honors. His junior year at Purdue is when he really put himself on the map at that level. He averaged 30.3 points per game, which he led the NCAA in scoring that year. He also averaged 11.2 rebounds per game, which led the Big Ten Conference that year. The Boilermakers were champions of the Big Ten that year and made another appearance in the Big Dance. They made it to the Elite Eight, but lost to a Grant Hill-led Duke team where he only scored 13 points. Suffering a back injury he acquired in the previous game against Kansas might have hindered his performance. In that year, Glenn Robinson brought home the Big Ten Athlete of the Year, Big Ten Player of the Year, John R. Wooden, and Naismith Awards. He was also the recipient of the USBWA College Player of the Year. In the 1994 NBA Draft, Glenn Robinson was the first Boilermaker to be selected number 1 since Joe Carroll back in 1980. Before Big Dog took to the court, he got into a contract dispute with the organization that drafted him, so much of a dispute that he decided to hold out. The rumored desired contract was to be 13 years at $100 million. He eventually signed a 10-year, $68 million contract, which still stands as the richest NBA rookie contract. That's due to the salary cap for rookies that was implemented the following year. In his rookie season, he was named NBA Rookie of the Month twice and was named to the NBA All-Rookie First Team since he led all rookies in scoring at 21.9 points per game. Robinson came in third for the Rookie of the Year voting that season behind Grant Hill and Jason Kidd, who ended up sharing the award. Basketball Digest named Glenn Robinson the true Rookie of the Year after averaging 21.9 points per game, 6.4 rebounds per game, 2.5 assists per game, 1.4 steals per game. Do you think he got snubbed? After 8 years with the Bucks, he had stints with the Atlanta Hawks and the Philadelphia 76ers. It wasn't until he signed with the Spurs is when he actually reached the mountaintop. The 04-05 season, the Spurs defeated the Pistons 4-3 in the series to capture that title. Glenn Big Dog Robinson finally got his ring. Granted, he was a shell of himself, but he did get the ever-evasive championship. His career numbers are 20.7 points per game, 6.1 rebounds per game, 2.7 assists per game, 1.2 steals per game, 34% from the three-point land, 82% from the free throw line, and 48.5% field goal percentage. In his prime, the man was a walking double-double. Salute to Big Dog Glenn Robinson, and this is another installment of Underappreciated. I'm DSP. Truly appreciate y'all. Don't forget to hit that like button. Y'all be safe. Peace.